I'm not gonna lie, like I saw on Instagram today you wore white because I couldn't figure out what to wear. I was like, it's so fucking hot. So I was like, I'm gonna wear white as well. So I did fully just copy what you're wearing today.
Summery vibes.
It's giving Wimbledon.
It is giving Wimbledon.
In our Wimbledon white.
Yeah, we do. We look like we're meant to be at the front row, like observing.
Very good. Let's talk about, it's not the big elephant in the room, but the big thing that's coming up.
Yeah.
30th of September.
Yeah.
The big debut.
I can't wait.
How are you feeling for it?
I feel more than ready. I feel great for it. Like, I don't know. It's been a long time coming. Since I've been about 16, I've always wanted to turn pro. I've got that style, do you know what I mean?
So, I've seen videos of you fighting. I would not want to get in the ring with you. Like, you dance. Like, when you're fighting, you can tell you're having fun with it.
I do. I love it. You know, it's not all what people think it should be. I don't think, oh, we need to get in there and have a brawl. Don't get me wrong, I can do that, but I love having a little dance.
You're gonna bring in the heat regardless.
Yeah, got to be bringing the heat.
For starters, because you are quite young at 18, going pro, you're so talented. I already think that in itself makes you stand out as a boxer. Adding the style that you've got, you're like,
thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah.
But then adding your style on top of that, you are one to watch. Everyone says you are the one to watch.
I think as well, a lot of people think me being 18 might be a bad thing, but before I turned pro and sat down with my team, we said like it's a good thing. Like I haven't seen an 18-year-old woman boxer just off yet. And as you said, like with my style and stuff, I think it will gel well.
So tell me about your coach. So England and Commonwealth champion Bradley,
Bradley Ski.
So how's it been training with him?
Great. We gel so well. You know, he's always had that flair style, and then
so he kind of like understands like the way you're fighting.
Yeah. And not only like do we gel as trainer and boxer, we gel so well. Like I look at him as family. Like
the camaraderie you have between each other.
Yeah. Like if I had a problem, I feel like I could go to him. You know, we're so close, and he's close with my whole family. So
have you always trained with him?
No, I haven't always trained with him. I literally just recently, I'd say it's coming up to a year now of being with Brad as a trainer, but it's just gone so well being with him, definitely.
Because this is your first pro fight.
Yeah.
I assume, correct me if I'm wrong, the training style for it is going to change because amateurs, on a point-based system, whereas, with pro, it's more about power, it's about the volume.
Definitely.
So I'm assuming that the training is going to differ for that, isn't it?
100%. Like I think amateurs as well, it's a lot more ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. Whereas in the pros, you can sit down on your shots a bit more. But for me, I've always had that pro style where I've like...
Did you feel like you weren't fitting in the amateur scene?
Yes, I did. Yeah. Because like you got 3 rounds to prove what you got, but it's like you got all these sword fences, like you're picking, poking, and my style just wasn't like that.
You have to be quite tactical in amateurs, don't you?
Yeah, tactical.
Like placing the right shot at the right point, so it's a clean shot, you get the point, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's why like, obviously I'm not digging them out saying sword fences, but that's what I mean, like they're picking their shots and just taking what they can and moving with it. But obviously it is different training to be a pro, but to be honest, my style hasn't had to adapt because my style has
always been that way.
It's always been a pro style, definitely. Yeah.
What has your preparation for this fight been like? So talk us through the training schedule, talk us through the nutrition. What's that actually been like?
So I've just come on board with a new nutritionist, and that's going really, really well. My training is just going so well. I'm training very, very hard. I'm just leaving no stone unturned, and I've got a massive opportunity here to show what I can do. So I'm definitely not gonna let there be anything that can stop that.
I feel like from watching you, not that like I'm stalking your Instagram or anything, but you just seem like you're having fun with the training. Yeah. Like you've always got a smile on your face when you're training.
Do you know what? I love it. Like just the boxing gym, I feel like it's my second home. I love it in there. It gets all your stress out. It's like a safe space. It's nice. I just love it in there.
I feel like when people get into boxing, they realise why like we harp on about it so much, and we're just like, oh, it's just the feeling you have when you're in there.
Definitely, it's just a different type of feeling, and it's a feeling I couldn't live without.
It's all you've known as well, isn't it?
It's all I've ever known. Yeah, definitely. Like school, I didn't like school one bit. I just wasn't. I had dyslexia at school and stuff. Yeah. And, that's not to say you can't do things if you're dyslexic and stuff.
It just makes it that bit difficult.
But for me, I never gelled with all like the maths and the English.
Yeah,
and
me
like
neither.
That. I think people think, oh, I have to get A levels, this and that. But you actually don't get me wrong, it's good to get them, but you don't need them in life, do you? At all. I don't think you do. So
I think everyone's avenues in their careers and where they're going to take their life, there's no like straight road. I think you're the perfect example of that.
Yeah.
You don't need to go down that like cookie cutter, go to school, go to uni, go do this. Like, you are pursuing what you've always wanted to do. You're pursuing what you wanted.
Because obviously I was always training. Like, sometimes I wouldn't do my homework and stuff, you know. They used to always say to me, you can't always just think boxing, you need to have a second option. For me, it was just always
Who was it? I heard this quote that was like, never have a plan B, because if you have a plan B, it means that you think your plan A is going to fail.
Definitely.
And that you're on that wavelength.
That was my wavelength at school. Like,
yeah.
All my friends would tell me to shut up, because all I talk about is boxing. Like, I gained good friendships in the boxing.
I definitely have.
Definitely.
Like, so I've only been boxing for like a year and a half. Nothing crazy. The fact that I've like started this whole spiel with that.
That's amazing.
After a year is a bit crazy, I think. Are you feeling any pressure? Because like, if you think about it, not to like add pressure.
No, go on.
Yorkhall, rite of passage, like, you know, your big, you know, debut being there. You are quite young.
Yeah.
Doing your first pro fight. Do you feel like, I know, like, I can tell you're excited for it. Like, you can see the excitement, but do you feel like there's like any sense of like pressure?
Like, in this game, you've got to learn to handle pressure.
Yeah.
Pressure can make diamonds, you know, so
True.
That's what I believe. I believe when I'm in that changing room warming up and I feel them butterflies, I'm gonna know I'm meant to be feeling that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel it at one point in my career, so I might as well feel it now.
You're gonna feed off that anyway, aren't you?
Exactly. You can either crumble or shine, and I know I'm gonna shine with it. So.
What do you think your opponent should be wary of when it comes to you?
My peekaboo style.
Your peekaboo style?
Yeah, just shots come from mad angles, like.
You can't give away more than that.
I'm not giving away any.
You're not gonna give away anything.
No.
Are you wary of anything about your opponent?
Nah.
Nah, you're not fast, really, are you?
No, like the thing is, I'm not bothered who I've got in front of me. I just know if I do what I do, I'll be fine.
And then after this fight, what are you thinking?
Just gain my experience, you know, after this fight, you know, show that I am meant to be where I am, you know, because I think a few people question that just because, you know, obviously I didn't have many amateur fights and at my age, things like that.
Yeah, but the only reason you didn't is because you were certain about the path that you wanted to take, because you knew you weren't suited to amateur. So why, you know, bother yourself with that when you know you're going to thrive in the pro scene? Besides, you're saying you didn't have that many, you know, bouts in amateur. I actually had to write this down because it's quite a list.
Yeah.
You've had you're a two-time national champion, the Women's Winter Box Cup, Sweden's Golden Girls Box Cup.
Yeah.
That's such an impressive feat at such a young age.
I did well for how many fights I had in amateurs, definitely, like, but yeah, as you said, I just wasn't suited to it as I am to the pros. Like, I was sparring pros since the age of 15, doing 6 rounds, and, you know, getting on good. So yeah, I just felt like now's definitely the right time, because I could all that 3 rounds and sword fencing, it just wasn't my type of thing.
What's been your favourite fight, or what's been your favourite moment in your quite seasoned career so far?
The Golden Girl Box Cup.
Really?
That was
talk me through it.
That was a high for me. So I went out there to Sweden. To be honest, like, it was late notice that I was going to go out there. Yeah. And I flew out there, and we got there, and we was with Team Hobbox. They were out there, and my coach couldn't actually come out. So Team Hobbox came out, and I was with my other coach, Junior Saber, at the time. Yeah. And he came out with me as well. So it was like, it was nice because we was mixing with Team Hobbox and stuff. And Spencer Oliver was out there, and Spencer Oliver and my dad know each other. Yeah. So my dad's seeing Spencer, and Spencer's like, "What the hell are you doing here, Mick?" And my dad was like, "Oh, my daughter's boxing." He went, "Your daughter boxes?" He was like, "Yeah, she boxes." He was like, "What time's she on?" He was like, "Oh, later." And Spencer was like, "Oh, we're gonna go have food and we'll come back and watch." And then as I was boxing and I won, Spencer came running down to the stairs to my dad and went, "Mick, what the hell? You didn't say she was that good," this and that. He was in shock.
Why is he in shock? You literally come from a boxing family, like it's a boxing legacy that you've got, you know, Hennessy Sports, you know, your dad, and then your brother as well. This is not surprising.
Do you know what? I think it was because that that tournament was my first breakthrough where people started actually hearing my name a bit. Before that, it was like I was always kind of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like my brother, my dad's, like no one really knew of me at that point. And then when I went out to the Golden Girls and Spencer saw me box and stuff, he was telling people about me and things like that. And the whole tournament, I got the boxer of the tournament.
There's so many people that are believing in you that this is like, firstly, like the right career path for you.
Definitely.
Two, they back you that like, you know, you've got it, you're gonna smash it.
And I know I'm not gonna let them down, definitely not.
Yeah.
But honestly, for my age and for the backing I've got, I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, now I've just got to show that I'm meant to be here.
I think just the determination and like your enthusiasm with your training and how you've been, I think is enough to like, personally to show these people like what it means.
Yeah, I think definitely once, you know, I've had a few more pro fights and stuff, I'd love to like help younger girls who are getting into boxing and stuff like that. Go to boxing gyms, you know, help out. Definitely after my boxing career, I'd love to have my own gym, you know, train like young girls, young boys. When I was a little girl, I had that person to look up to in Savannah Marshall because she was always around because my dad and her obviously worked together.
Yeah.
And I'd love another younger girl to have that with me round. So
having that role model.
Because for me that brought me on a lot because I didn't realise how big women's boxing was until I was in and around Savannah and she took me around sparring and things like that, and for a young girl it was like,
were you not scared to spar at such a young age?
Oh, she was showing me things and stuff. It was just like,
is it one of those things, you know, when like children are quite young and they learn how to ride a bike, they're not scared of like the consequences? And is it one of those things that because you're quite young and you start sparring, you're like, I don't care what happens?
Yeah, do you know, when I was younger, so a lot of people don't know this, but I was actually really overweight when I was younger.
Same. Same.
I was very overweight, and even someone who saw me the other day was like, I'm in shock like how far you've actually come, like to lose, you know, the weight I had.
Do you feel like that affected your confidence levels as well?
Yeah, like I had my first amateur fight at 62 kilo and I'm boxed at 54 now.
Yeah.
Like it's mad. But
how tall are you?
I'm literally like 5'2".
Oh right, so yeah.
At the time,
you could wear that weight.
Yeah, like I was tubby, but I just liked sparring. I didn't run, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I just like getting in there.
You just wanted to show people what's what.
I literally, like ask anyone, ask my dad. I literally would just go to the gym on the amateur nights and just get in there and spar.
But you know, we're talking about the, you know, like all the blazers and all like you getting glam. Is that not something that you'd want to kind of like dabble into a bit more? Even from like a role model sense, like, you know, people being able to see like, oh, I am a female boxer. I am, you know, like at the prime of my career, I'm so young, but like we can also like get glam too outside the gym. Yeah,
do you know what? I'd like to go into like a clothing line and
Would
stuff.
you?
You know what? Yeah, like maybe after things have settled down a little bit and stuff, I'd love to, you know, do that again. I love clothes. I love, you know, dressing up.
Are you like an online shopping fiend?
Yes, I love looking at clothes and all of that.
My New Year's resolution this year was to stop online shopping. It's not really going great, I can't lie.
No, it's hard, isn't it? When you're bored, it's like, oh, I'll either go have a shadow box or I'll get online and just start scrolling. Like,
that's quite bad, is it?
No, you know what?
Are you saying no because you're trying to like convince yourself?
Yeah, I'm trying to convince myself. Yeah, I am. But look, we all have habits, don't we?
Do you know what? I do want to touch upon something. You saying that you want to be a role model for kids in the future.
Yeah.
Do you not think you already are?
Yeah, I mean, like, for young girls wanting to turn pro at an early age, definitely, 100%.
I think you are already a role model. Like, for you to think, oh, when I become one, I think already you are setting such a standard for girls at, you know, at a young age. Like, firstly, if you want to, you can do any other career path that's not this orthodox like way, like you shouldn't pigeonhole yourself. And two, you're a badass that like can fight. Like, do you get what I mean?
I appreciate it. It's nice to hear things like that. You know, I've had a few like younger girls message me saying like that I'm inspiring to them, and that for me, that was the biggest reward out of all of this. What's come, like hearing young girls say that to me, I'm like, wow, like, you know, I was once a young girl saying that, so it is mad, like hearing things like that. Yeah, that's definitely something I want to do, like inspire girls and stuff. I get told a lot like, what, you're a boxer, just because I get that as well. I'm not like a bitchy person or anything outside the ring, or anything like that. I just...
No, mine are a lot worse. Mine are, oh, you should be a ring girl. And I really, I'm like, sorry, shut up, why?
But yeah, it's good that you can do both. Like that's what I like. I like showing to people you can do both. You know, you can get dressed up, you can be girly, and you can box. Like you don't have to be like one or the other.
You did a video with Grace Barry.
Yes.
Like, so context. She wanted to try to find what she's good at.
Yeah.
It was definitely not boxing, is what we've discovered. So her thing was boxing that week.
Yeah.
And you were with her.
Yes.
Sparring her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think they could have paired her with someone more difficult to box, number one. Number two, like, you are, like I was saying, friendly, approachable, but fucking hell, Fran, you're scary in the ring. Like,
I had Grace, honestly, I've never had someone run around the ring screaming at me. That was a new experience.
I was watching that, I was like, this is such a hard watch, but I can't stop watching it.
She caught me with a few jabs, so I was like, Grace, like, she long armed me. I was like, oh.
How tall is she? Looks like she's
she's a
skyscraper.
Yeah, no, do you know what, she is tall.
Do you reckon that's something that you'd want to do? Like kind of have a bigger social media presence, or do more, like, make boxing more popular or more viral, and like creating these collaborations with other creators to like bring firstly your presence out there, but also like people to know what boxing's actually about?
No, yeah, definitely. I'd love to get in, obviously, you know, show on social media and stuff.
Yeah.
But the main thing for me is the fighting, obviously. But yeah, I'm with a commercial management called HOD Talent, and that's how me and Grace got in contact. Right. She's with them as well. So on that front, so I've got the backing from them as well. So I've, like, the team I've got is unreal. Like, I'm so blessed to have it. Like, I've got, obviously, as well, in such a male-dominated sport, I've got a women team behind me as well in HOD things.
What does your family think of these like avenues that you've taken, especially when they saw the Grace Barry video? Were they like, Fran, what? Yeah, what are you doing?
It is mad, like. Yeah, because I was like, I loved watching Grace before I even done that. So for me, when there was like, oh, film Grace, I was like, what? Like, but then when I met her, she's just a normal person. She's like really nice person and things. But yeah, for my family, it's just like my mum and dad never really wanted me boxing. Just like, so that
me neither.
Yeah. So that was a struggle to get past that, you know, to be able to box.
How did you convince them?
Well, basically, I'd just follow my dad and brother to the gym. I'd beg them to go with them. Yeah. Stuff like that. They'd let me
just
go.
to watch, of course.
Yeah, I'd get my gloves on and go on the bag. And like, if my dad started watching, I'd go, rah, like. One day, there was this girl there. She's quite a bit taller than me and that. And they said, oh, she needs sparring and stuff. And then I went, oh, I'll spar. My dad was like, you haven't got a gum shield, pulled a gum shield out my bag. You haven't got gloves, pulled gloves out my bag. Jumped in there, and he was shocked how like much I'd come on in the space of time. It's because I was watching them. Going back to like the dyslexia thing, what I realised is the way I'd learn was not being taught, it's watching. When I watch, I pick it up so much quicker. And that's what I did in boxing. I'd watch my dad and my brother, and I'd sit there on this, because they used to do pads in the hallway and stuff. I'd sit there on the step watching, and then I'd go practice on my own. And when I'd done that spar, my dad was like, he realised that. And then I heard him and my mum having a bit of a conversation, saying whether I should box or not. And I kind of got upset and said to my dad, like, how would you like it if I stopped you from doing your dreams? And then from that day onwards, he let me box, and he's been him and my mum have been my biggest supporters ever since. So
I love that.
Yeah, when I'd have a fight and I knew who I was against, you know, I'd go watch them, see what I needed to do to them, see what other opponents were finding better with them. 100%. Like, I feel like you do need to analyse your opponent to break it down a bit. But I'd find that like helped me doing that. So.
How does it feel coming from boxing legacy? So, you know, your dad, Hennessy Sports, he was Tyson Fury's promoter, right?
Yeah, he promoted like a lot of the like great fighters.
Yeah.
You know, he still does now. He promotes like Savannah Marshall, Hughie Fury, Isaac Chamberlain, Sam Egginton, or different fighters. You're around these people all the time? Oh, sorry, he manages, not promotes. He doesn't promote not anyone. Manages. Yeah, I've been in and around it since I've been a young girl. So like that's why I think I've always been suited to the pro scene, because I've always been around it. Like, it was your environment from the get-go. Yeah, definitely. Do you feel like there's any sort of competition or like pressure
keeping up with Michael?
Yeah, well, look, me and Michael, we always have competition, but like, the good thing about me and Michael is we've got a great like relationship. We're literally like best friends. You know?
Yeah.
We do all our training together. We push each other. We want each other to do it like really well. You know, so I think obviously we're competitive at times, you know, and stuff. But yeah, for me, we push each other to get to that next level.
Yeah.
So it's a good like relationship to have.
How's he feeling about the debut, 30th of September?
Oh, he's excited.
Yeah.
You know, he's also one of my biggest supporters. You know, yeah, like I love having him around me when I'm about to fight. You know, he gives me that calming sense and stuff. But yeah, he's good. He's quite a calm person. You know, he trusts in what I do. So.
Have you ever sparred him?
He'd be on his knees and I'd be like giving it to him in the hallway.
How old were you when you put on your first pair of gloves?
I don't like remember. Like first time I went to boxing gym about 9, 10. But the first time I put on a pair of gloves, I don't even remember, like, because Michael was boxing, my dad's, so Mike would get me in the hall, we'd like joke around and stuff. It would get a bit heated at times, but yeah, so. Well,
this has been lovely. Honestly, thank you so much for your time. I'm so excited to see you smash it on the 30th. Like, it's going to be, you are one to watch. It's going to be an incredible fight.
I really appreciate it. It's been nice talking to you properly. Yeah, and watch out for this channel. It's going to be big.